Wow. How about if I unmute myself? That might be useful. Can you hear me now? I'm assuming you can. Okay. So I turned on the camera, you guys, and I forgot to unmute off the microphone. So let me start again really quick. We're going to be talking about our visit to Puntarenas, Costa Rica. Thank you, you guys. Thanks for your patience. This is live number 3 for me, right? Never done the lives. So here we go. So we sailing from LA to Buenos Aires, and our first stop after 6 days at sea was in Puntarenas, Costa Rica. So I'd love to know if any of you have been to Costa Rica. We are on the Pacific side, and there's also the Caribbean side. So some folks come at Costa Rica from the north. We kind of came from the west, and I'll talk about Puntarenas. But if you've been, please let me know or give me any. I don't know if the frozen camera, you guys, is on you or on my Wi-Fi on the ship. I am connected to the internet, so it is showing I am connected to the internet. Let me try that again. Did that help at all? Maybe that's helped. Okay, so after 6 days at sea, we finally hit land. Everybody was very excited. We have lots of things to do on board, so you're not really ever bored when you're at sea. And I was talking previously, when you couldn't hear me, about solo travel, but never alone. So this tour that we took in Puntarenas was actually arranged by another solo traveler who posted on the Cruise Critic roll call. So cruisecritic.com and Facebook all have roll calls for every cruise. It's by ship and by date. So if you looked and you Googled Sapphire Princess December 1st to December 19th, which is the first segment of this cruise, you would find a roll call on Facebook and on Cruise Critic. Excuse me. So he posted about the tour that he had done years ago with a tour guide called Ricky Ricardo. And that's really his name. He doesn't use it just for tours. Great guy, grew up in Costa Rica, went to the US for high school and some of college, and then came back, and he took us all over. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then we had a slot pull today on the boat, which is also a lot of fun. I organized that, as well as some solo tables at dinner time. And there was a solo meet and greet that someone else set up. And there's a standing solo meet and greet that the ship puts aside a room for anyone who's solo and wants to check in with folks. There are about 180 solo travelers. So if you're a solo traveler, I kind of like the cruise thing. You get 2,200 new friends, and I really kind of enjoy it. This will go through Christmas, so that's where I'll be spending my holidays, and it's been awesome. So solo but never alone. There are lots of events that you can go to. I've just made some notes here. And it's just really easy to meet people. People are very happy to be on board. They're very happy to sit down with you, or if you're having you sit down with them. So you're never really alone. So the tour yesterday in Punta Arenas, we did I'm going to attempt to show you some pictures. Okay. Don't know that it's going to work, but we saw the national park. We went to Tarcoles River, where the crocodiles live, and many, many beautiful birds. We saw toucans and macaws and egrets, and a couple of huge crocodiles that they do really look prehistoric. And then we had a beautiful lunch on the beach, which was gorgeous and delicious. And went up to the Barranca National Park, and there's an overlook there, and you just see the entire valley. And just going up this hill, very windy switchbacks, you can just feel and see the rainforest that is Costa Rica while you're up there. I'm trying to we stopped at a fruit stand. So, little treat. Have you guys had rambutans before? Very tropical fruit. I've had them before, and last time was in French Polynesia. So this is very soft, it's not prickly. And then you open it up. I'm trying to open it up without squishing it all over my computer. And that's what you want to eat inside. I know it doesn't look alien. Doesn't look like an alien. I'm not going to eat it on camera, you guys, because it's kind of juicy. It's like a lychee. If you had a lychee, so it's kind of gelatinous. I guess I could open this again. So that's what the inside looks like. And there's a big pit inside. I'm not eating on camera. Sorry. And it's very delicious and sweet and yummy. So I split a kilo for $3, a fresh coconut for $1. And then he broke it. We drank the water, and then he opened it up, and we and we ate the sweet young coconut meat inside. And so it's just wonderful. So we stopped there for some refreshments and some fresh fruit, and then went on and kept driving. And the Tarcolos River runs all the way through, huge river, through Punta Arenas, which is point of sand, because the river created this point of sand. And the river, the Tarcolos River, is a brackish river. So the crocodiles can live in salt water or fresh water. And I'll show you in some pictures. We went down the river, and next thing you know, you see nothing but waves and ocean, and all of these pelicans and birds just waiting there to eat their fish. So it's really beautiful. It was hot. It actually wasn't that hot, but it was humid. The humidity, and we were in an air-conditioned van, so it was lovely. But when we got out to do things, you could feel that sweat running down your back, around the middle of your back. And I was really glad to get back into the air conditioning. But it was a gorgeous day, clear blue sky. So it was a really good, it was a really lovely day, and we learned all about Punta Arenas. If you have any questions, let me know if you have any questions about Punta Arenas, or if you have specific questions or things that you want to know about the cruise. I'm happy to answer them. So let me see if I can share some photographs. So just bear with me one second. I am going to try and do this. Hold on a minute. Window. What happened to my, hold on a second. I got to find my photographs. Okay. So now I want to share this. I'm still new at trying to learn this. There we go. Okay. It's probably not going to look that great. Can you guys let me know that you can see that? I know I've got all this stuff on the side, but this is sunrise. This was sunrise yesterday morning before we left. And it's just, I love sunrise over the ocean. It's just beautiful. So I'm hoping that you guys can see that. Okay. Let me go back to here. There we go. That you're okay and you can see that, maybe? Yes? Yes, please tell me. I'm just going to take a look here. Oh, good. I'm glad you can see it. Okay. So, let me get rid of that little banner that's going across there. Let me hide that. Okay. There we go. Let me get back here. Okay. You guys, I promise I'm going to get better at this. It's just, I'm learning this on the road. So thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Let me see if I can move these. Why is that not moving now? Okay. Give me 1 second here, you guys. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Here we go, I think. All right. So sunrise yesterday morning was gorgeous. So when you get off the ship, it's a long pier that we walk down to get to land. It's just nice, but they always have people welcoming us and greeting us in whatever port you get into. So that was some greeters. So this was part of, Reed and I have been on your far left, we're on Majestic Princess, crossing the Pacific. Kenny and Lynn was there as well. And then Kenny, we met on board. So there were 4 of us, but then there were another 8 that joined our cruise. But we just got off the ship together, and then welcoming us to Punta Arenas. Beautiful murals all over Punta Arenas. So I caught pictures as we were walking or driving through. They had a massive, so we were just at the end of the wet season now. So it's still humid. And they said they had massive flooding. So this building of homes and places above ground becomes really important for them. And then this is the view on our way up to the mountain. And it's surrounded, we are surrounded by mountains everywhere. And I'll show you some other pictures. So those are the rambutans we had, and our visit to this is passion fruit, ready right from the bush. And that was the fruit stand that we went to. It had all sorts of wonderful tropical fruits and nuts, and they were making smoothies and fresh fruit juices and things. It was lovely because it was hot. And this is us, just everybody kind of shopping in the store, and just along his place along the road. Then we went up to see the crocodiles. So Punta Arenas is right up here. So we took this road down here. And I don't know, I think somewhere along here we stopped for the fruit, and then came over here to the jungle crocodile safari. I will be honest with you, I am sort of not one of those tour get on a boat things. But it is, the wildlife is amazing, and learning about the river and this ocean meeting was really great. But they had this great map here. And then when we left, here is the national park. I'm sorry, it's the Carrara, not Baraka, the Carrara National Park. So we did that and then went back to Punta Arenas. This is us on the boat on the Tarcolis River. There is Mama. That's one of the crocodiles we saw along the way. There were babies, there were big ones. I guess there are 3 macho leaders of this pack. I asked him, I want to say thousands of crocodiles in this river, and during birthing season, over 6,000 of them. And it is a survival of the fittest for the young ones. And I just am always amazed by this, the prehistoricness. And now they're completely protected. You can do absolutely no killing of any wildlife in Costa Rica, none. All right, so this is where the ocean meets the river. So I can just play this real quick. So this was along, we're on the riverside and the ocean's on the other side. Pelicans, there were black vultures there. There's probably some fish there that they were going after. And it's just, I very rarely have seen the ocean meet the river, and it was really quite impactful. So I was excited to see it. Oops, sorry. And these are the macaws, huge. Like, I would feel very badly that people had these in a cage. I'll be honest with you. They aren't. They're flying around. They are wild in Costa Rica. And again, you cannot catch them. You cannot export them. You cannot keep them in your home in Costa Rica. And there were probably 6 or 7 in the tree that in the trees that we were taken to. So this is where we had lunch. Terrible, right? Beautiful lunch right along the beach. That blue water is gorgeous. You see people are in it. It's just a local beach and a beautiful restaurant, lovely restaurant. Juices, the fresh juices that they had for us. Oh, so good on a hot day. It was wonderful. And then that's the view from up in the national park down into the valley. And it's just so, it's a rainforest. Costa Rica is a rainforest. And it's just lush and green everywhere. But the variations in the green and the blue with the water and the sky and the mountains, it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then, before we got back to the ship, people wanted to buy some stuff. So this is the mega supermarché. And so we went in. So I just thought, when was the last time you guys saw Tang? I haven't seen Tang since the space program in the 70s or 60s or something. So I was kind of love walking around a supermarket. So this is on our walk back to the ship. So the dock is here. And people didn't even have to take a tour if they didn't want to, and they could just hang out at the beach if they wanted to. And that was our tour. Those were our folks. They were all, so I knew Reed and I knew Lynn. So Reed is here and Lynn is here, and everyone else, David is the one who put it together right in the middle. This is Ricky right here in the white shirt, and everyone else, we just came together on the ship. And David posted it on Cruise Critic, and people raised their hands. And then when we got on board, we met him, and more people wanted to join. And he had a lovely van, fully air conditioned. And we just had a great time. So for me, the idea of being on a ship alone and solo isn't a worry. And they have one of those beautiful signs, the Punta Arenas sign, that you have to take the pictures by. And I always love seeing Christmas trees and Christmas decorations in like 80-degree weather. So it's always fun. And so we just took some pictures, and that was sunset then before we got back on the ship. So I just thought I would share those with you. Let me stop sharing that. There we go. So that was, I just thought I would, give you a quick runaround on where we were. Marcia, it's about 84 degrees, and the sun has already gone down. Sun went down around 5:15, 5:30. The humidity is it's always less when the ship is moving. It doesn't feel as bad, but it was really hot. We'll pass the equator, I think, tomorrow or the next day. So that's where the heat will come in, and probably it could get up to 90. And they do an equator ceremony with King and Queen Neptune. I can tell you more about that unless you want to be surprised, that they do give you a crossing the equator certificate for having done that. So it's a little warm and humid. I would actually wait a little long. I would probably go a month later when the wet season is fully gone and the weather's just beautiful. But it was a beautiful day. We had a really good day. We came home hot and tired and sweaty, and all took showers and then went to dinner. And we have a lot of crew joined us. A lot of the entertainment crew joined us. So they were coming on as we were going off. So we have a new RJ Cantu was on America's Got Talent. I don't know if you guys have heard him. And then we have new entertainers as well coming on board, and they'll be doing that at every port, sort of. So that was sort of our day yesterday. So the slot pull thing. I am not a gambler. I don't have any offense to anyone who is a gambler, but I'm not a gambler. But I quickly learned when I was on my first cruise after I retired in August of 21. These slot pulls are a lot of fun, and everybody puts together $20. Everybody gives $20, and you put it into a machine that's usually $1 machine, and everybody gets two $10 pulls. So the idea is you're pooling money, and if you win, you split the winnings, and if you lost together. But no one seems to bother or worry about losing $20. Excuse me. And it's usually 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how lucky we are. So we had an earlier one. Christina on the ship put together one on the penny machines, and that was fun. And I usually do the dollar machine. So today we had 25 people, I think, each putting in $20. So we ended up with whatever that is, $2,500 in the machine, and everybody got 2 pulls, and you just keep pulling until you win or lose. Today was not a lucky day. We were actually up or even after we went through the first time, and then we won a couple of, not jackpots, but it's a Wheel of Fortune thing where you spin again and it tells you how many times, and then the Wheel of Fortune goes around, and it goes from everywhere from $25,000 to $40. So we sort of won the $40 and had 4 times that. So we won 160, and that sort of got us back to where we started. And then it was all downhill after that. But everybody had a good time. A lot of people had never done it before. Most of us are not gamblers, but it was just fun. And, we just all had a good time. So we're going to do another one on Monday after we're finished with Ecuador. Monte, Ecuador is our next location port that we'll be stopping in on Sunday. So between the tour and the slot pull and the new comedian and magician on board, there's just a ton of stuff going on. Today I had lunch at the sushi restaurant that's only open, or they're only serving sushi in a certain area on sea days, and it was just delicious. So that's been what's going on board. As I said, Sunday we'll get into Ecuador, which I'm looking forward to. And these are ports, you guys, I've never been to. So I've never been really south of Mexico or in South America at all. So all of this is new to me, and I'm learning along with you. But if you have any questions or anything that you want me to answer for you, I'd be happy to answer them. I don't want to keep you on your Friday night after a long day of work or week of work, or if you're retired, sometime just to rest and catch up with friends and family. But I will tell you that I did do an interview with Mark, who is also on board with me as a solo sailor, a solo passenger. And so on Sunday afternoon, I'll be posting, you'll be able to see our hot tips for solo travelers. And so he and I did a video podcast from Skywalker Lounge, or is that called Skywalker Club or Skywalker Lounge? And it'll be ready to go on Sunday. So you'll be able to see that. And we'll do another live. When did I was looking at this when I was trying to do this. Hold on one second. December 11th, which is Monday again. I think that's Monday, right? At 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. We'll do it again on Monday. Please tell me if that's a good time. My YouTube analytics tell me, and my Facebook analytics tell me, that people are on watching at that hour. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm not sort of randomly picking it. I'm picking it based on when YouTube is telling me you guys are watching. So 5:30 Pacific on the 11th of December, we'll do another live. It'll be after Ecuador. Do you want to see tours of the ship? Do you want to see the food? I mean, I don't know what you would like to see. And if you have specific questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. But I just really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight and joining me and learning what's going on. I'm not in a solo cabin. I'm a solo traveler in a regular cabin. So a lot of cruise lines are launching new solo cabins, specific solo cabins at every level: interior, ocean obstructed, balcony. They're creating them and launching them, I think, early next year. Virgin has already had them, and Norwegian has already have them, but they've always been very small, less than 100 square feet. So what they realize is that there are a lot of us solo travelers, and they really want to accommodate us. So the normal fee would be twice. So if a cruise is $1,500 a person, the solo traveler would normally pay $3,000 a person. So the idea of setting aside these solo cabins is that they're going to moderate the pricing. We don't know, but that they're offering them as solo cabins. So yes, I am traveling solo, but in a cabin that you could have yourself with a spouse or a partner, or they make this can you see this? They can make this queen bed into two twins. So when you sign up, you ask for what kind of bed formation or that you want. So that great question. Thanks for asking. Okay, so what I might do is take some pictures. I'm just very conscious. Not everybody wants to be on video. So if I can find places where I can video easily, I will, without impacting other people's privacy. But I'll definitely, I don't know that I can go live walking around the ship. It's very noisy when the musicians are playing, and it's not really practical, but let me see if I can take some pictures for sure. And there are some great, we did a fun shot when Mark and I were doing our podcast. So watch that, because there's a good view on that one. Hey, Nikki, so good to see you. Oh, Marcia, so you've been down here. Of course you have. Yeah, that would probably would have been a good idea. You saw me in a tank top, and I contemplated bringing a long sleeve, kind of cotton shirt. It was so hot. It was just so hot. I follow the sun, but I always say 55 to 75 with no humidity is like my best life there. I'm just checking to see if you guys have any other questions or ideas. Oh, I'm delighted. Joy, it's great to see you. And Elle, thanks for joining. And Image Advisors and Teresa and Marcia and Nikki. And so good to see you guys. So it was just a pleasure. Again, you can always reach me through my blog, and I'm going to put up all the photos on the photo journeys on my blog at where'sbabz.com. So you can always look at those and just flip through them. I'm going to be writing some blog posts about the trip, and I'm on this for 50 days. And then when I get out in Santiago, I'm going to be arranging a trip to Easter Island, and then we'll be going to Lima to hit up Machu Picchu, and from there up to the Galapagos, and from the Galapagos over to Buenos Aires, a little time with Iguazu Falls, and then down to Ushuaia for a Antarctic expedition. So I may hit Iguazu up either before that or after that. I haven't quite decided yet. And where we're going from there, I'm not sure. A couple of us solo people on board are thinking of putting a group together to do a little solo traveling. And we may end up going over to Tokyo and Japan and kind of cruising around there. So don't know. Can't plan that far in advance. So have a wonderful evening, you guys. And I really appreciate you watching. There are lots of other videos. I'd really suggest, if you want, to take a look, which was the one on that I did a video on cruising solo and really doing it on a dime, and traveling solo. So take a look at that on the on my YouTube channel. It's a great one to watch until the one with Mark comes up. But thanks again for watching. Share it with people. This will also be on replay, so if you want to share it with folks, it'll be available. Have a wonderful night, a great weekend wherever you are, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Let's go to Japan. I'm all for Japan too. Thanks, you guys. It's awesome. Oh, Joy, of course, you and Marcia have been everywhere. So I'm not surprised you were in Costa Rica also. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye.